let's talk about something that's incredibly personal and honestly something we just don't talk about enough: the way fibromyalgia can mess with your voice. If you've ever felt like your voice, this thing that is so fundamentally you, has suddenly become unreliable or just not yours anymore, then you are absolutely in the right place. We're going to unpack this together.
Wow. I mean, this quote just gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? It perfectly captures that quiet, gut-wrenching feeling of being let down by your own body. It's so much more than just a physical symptom, right? It's a loss of connection, and it's completely okay to feel sad or frustrated when this happens. Your voice is, well, it's the bridge between your inner world and everyone else. It's how you share a laugh, how you offer comfort, how you express who you are. But with fibromyalgia, that bridge can start to feel really shaky, really unstable. And suddenly, every conversation can feel like a high wire act. And that feeling of disconnect, it can be so isolating. It can stir up this wave of frustration when you can't get through a sentence, or a spike of anxiety before you have to make a phone call. And it can lead to this profound loneliness when you just choose to stay quiet because it's easier than the struggle to speak. If any of this sounds familiar, please know you are definitely not alone in this.
Okay, so where do we even begin with all this? Well, a huge first step, a really powerful one, is just to give these confusing feelings a name. The moment you can actually identify what's happening, you start to take back a little bit of control.
So let's look at what this can actually feel and sound like. Does any of this resonate? Maybe it's that constant hoarseness that makes your voice sound scratchy and strained. Or what about that deep vocal fatigue, where you start a conversation feeling fine, but halfway through, your voice just gives out? The thing I want you to see here is that these are shared experiences. And even better, for every single one of these issues, there are simple, gentle things you can do to find some relief, like taking sips of water for that raspy feeling, or doing some deep belly breaths for that lump in your throat sensation. It's all about small adjustments, not forcing it.
All right, so that's the what. But the really big question, the one that can drive you crazy, is why? Why on earth does fibromyalgia do this to your voice? Understanding the real physiological reasons can be a huge relief, because it helps you shift from blaming yourself to having some compassion for what your body is going through. Okay, so at the very core of fibromyalgia is this thing called central sensitization. The easiest way to think about it is like your body's alarm system is haywire and stuck in the on position. Your whole nervous system is on high alert and it starts amplifying everything. So things that shouldn't be a big deal, like just talking, can suddenly register as painful or totally overwhelming to the muscles in your throat. And it's almost never just that one thing, right? Fibromyalgia creates this perfect storm of factors. Think about it. That widespread muscle fatigue you feel everywhere else, well, it also hits the muscles you need to breathe and support your voice. Then you've got chronic tension in your neck and shoulders, which literally squeezes the area around your voice box. Throw in other fun things like acid reflux or a bad night's sleep, and you can see how it all just piles up to make things really challenging for your voice. Knowing why this is all happening is huge, but it's not enough. What we really need are practical tools. So let's shift gears and focus on some simple, really low energy strategies you can start using right now to build your own personal toolkit for supporting your voice. Now look, the last thing you need is another exhausting to-do list. That is not what this is. Think of these as tiny little rituals, small acts of kindness to yourself that create a sense of safety. A 2-minute warm-up with some humming, a 60-second silent break, a simple jaw massage at the end of the day. These are small things that can make a huge difference, and they don't ask for a lot of energy in return. One of the most powerful tools in your entire toolkit has nothing to do with humming or stretching. It's about having your words ready. Seriously, having just one or two pre-planned phrases can be a total game changer. It takes the mental pressure off, so you're not fumbling for words when you're already tired. It lets you save your energy and your voice. And look at how simple and powerful this is. This one little sentence does so much. It sounds confident, it's clear, it's totally professional. You're setting a boundary, you're managing expectations, and you're offering another way to connect, all while putting your own health first. And notice what it's not. It is not an apology. It's a statement of self-care. This all leads us to what might be the most important part of this whole conversation: making a big shift in your mindset. It's about moving away from that instinct to hide your voice because you're scared or ashamed, and moving toward being a gentle, active caretaker of it. And there's such a huge difference between these two things. See, retreat is all about hiding, avoiding, and feeling ashamed. But stewardship, that's about pacing yourself, about setting boundaries, about actually listening to what your body is telling you. One is about feeling a sense of loss. The other is an act of preservation, an act of strength. And this idea of stewardship is absolutely crucial when you need to talk to a doctor, because so often these kinds of symptoms can get brushed aside if we can't explain them clearly. Being ready to advocate for yourself can completely change the direction of that appointment.
A little bit of prep makes a world of difference. Walking in with a small log of your symptoms, a couple of specific questions, and even a simple script like the one here, it changes everything. You go from being a passive patient to being an active partner in your own healthcare. It helps your doctor see the whole picture and points them toward real, concrete steps, like maybe getting you a referral to a specialist who can actually help.
So I want to leave you with this question. It doesn't have to be some big, dramatic change. What's one gentle thing you can do for your voice today? Maybe it's just making sure you have a glass of water next to you. Maybe it's deciding to take that 60-second silent break this afternoon. Whatever it is, choosing one small, kind act of stewardship is a powerful step toward reclaiming that connection with your voice and with yourself. Thanks so much for being here with me today.